Basil Wrathbone here for the BBC and London Times on this rather rainy, foggy and chilly day with an exclusive interview with the UK's new self-help columnist, Randy Pincer. We all enjoyed Randy as he regaled us with the Happy Valley transatlantic sex scandal. Welcome back, Randy, and congratulations on your new job.
Oh, I'm rather nervous, you know. I wouldn't be on the BBC if you hadn't interviewed me.
Well, relax, Randy. We all enjoyed your Happy Valley exposés and we're all eagerly awaiting your new column, Ask Randy. Tell us about it.
You know, like everyone during this pandemic, I've been out of work. And because of all of the Happy Valley publicity about the secret spy cameras and old Grandpa telling everything, the Daily Mail called me out of the blue and asked me to write an advice column.
You must have been quite surprised. I was. I told the editors I don't have any advice, but they just laughed. They want something like that blimey American novel, Miss Lonely Arts. Well, what are you going to do? Publicity can be a godsend, you know. You can't kick a gift horse in the mouth. I'm not so sure. Because people are having so many blooming problems, I'm getting flooded with emails and I'm supposed to solve their dilemmas. I've been getting very strange queries. What do you mean?
A woman married to her husband for 20 years writes, "Dear Randy, she's fallen in love with another woman with whom she gets much more pleasure and wants to know what she should do. She signed it forlorn."
And what does our new self-help specialist advise?
Heavens, I'm still trying to figure forlorn out. Meanwhile, here's another bloody email from a desperate chap whose mistress is pregnant and too far gone for an abortion. The lass wants him to leave his wife and family and marry her. It sounds like a royal mess. It's signed Miserable.
And what do you tell the poor bloke? Listen, Miserable, get lost fast, run away, or get a new identity, even a phony passport. But I don't think the editors will let me say that. I guess the poor bloke doesn't know about condoms. Heavens!
Editors, you know, are like spies. You have to write what they want. If you tell the truth, you can get fired. What should I do?
Well, Randy, I'm a journalist, a reporter. You're in a different department. You're a self-help columnist, an expert. The Daily Mail, remember, is the UK's most scandalous tabloid, known for dishing trash and outrage.
Well, I really need this job, so I'll have to come up with something. I want to move from our bedsitter to a flat and maybe even one day have a doorman.
Well, Randy, most people read self-help columns as a diversion, the way they read horoscopes as an escape for a laugh. Think of it as comedy.
But sir, All the emails are so urgent, needy, and pathetic. People are beside themselves. I don't want to cause suicides and end up at Old Bailey. People are dependent on my pearls of wisdom, and I don't have any.
Buck up, Randy. Have more confidence. Just remember, every writer's job is to make it up. Tell the poor bloke he has to face the music. Take responsibility. Step up to the plate.
Then he might really step up to the plate, become a compulsive foodaholic, gorge to escape, and become obese as well. If he tells his wife his mistress is pregnant and wants a divorce, she'll likely take a hatchet to him, and I could be blamed for causing a murder. I had no idea this could be so complicated.
But Randy, everybody enjoyed seeing you on the telly, dishing about the Happy Valley lawsuits. That's probably what caught the editor's fancy. Just remember, a foreigner's insights can be very advantageous.
I just hope I don't get emails about zombies, space aliens, and the end of the world. I don't want to cause a mass debate. A mass debate. Well, here's another. It's from a teenage girl who's sure she's really a boy and wants hormones and a sex change operation, but is afraid to tell her parents. What should she do? It's signed, Desperate.
Well, Randy, you have to help the chap find the information. Tell him to go online and find a therapist or a doctor and, help him sort it out with his once he has the proper counsel, it will be much easier.
If you say so. But what is she going to do? Say, hey, Mom, I know you really wanted a daughter, but I'm a bloke. And she needs her allowance for the hormones. And then we'll have to figure out which bathroom the chap should use. I'm not a psychiatrist or a sex therapist, but this job might drive me to one.
I'd suggest you do a little research, Randy. Just remember, in newspapers, you have to dance around the issues, take the middle ground, be diplomatic, don't ruffle too many feathers.
Now it's sounding like politics, but the poor mother will have a shit fit. Oh, sorry, I'm not supposed to say that. It means I'll have to give both the son and the mother advice. It's getting very confusing. I wish I were a psychologist, but if I were, I wouldn't be in this jam.
Well, Randy, the Daily Mail editors probably feel everyone has had enough with psychology and are sick of experts. They're looking for a different approach, a fresher take, more simple and direct. You're talking to the people, to the folks, who...
I'm telling you, I'll be needing a shrink by the time this job is over.
Well, Randy Pincer, I know you can pull a rabbit out of the hat.
And now I'm supposed to be a magician too, am I? I'm just so glad watching the telly all day has made me so well adjusted. Here's the last one. Dear Randy, recently I made a big splash in my high school musical as the lead in Heavy Metal Meets My Fair Lady. I want to drop out go to Hollywood and become a big star, but my parents won't let me. What should I do? Signed, Despondent.
Well, you know, Randy, it's not unusual for teenagers to have those sorts of fantasies.
But what if Despondent ends up flipping burgers at McDonald's? A lot of dreams end up on the skillet or in deep fry, you know.
Randy, you have to be realistic and still be encouraging. Randy, you're in the driver's seat now.
Well then, I'm going to turn on the telly right now and watch Oprah and Ellen. They interview a lot of freaks, you know. And after that, some soaps, and see if something doesn't pop into my bloomin' head. Maybe I'll tell that woman to keep her girlfriend on the side so she can still filch her husband's money. And besides, he probably has a loss on the sly too. Let's just hope it's not the same woman, or we'll all have a meltdown.
I know you'll be able to solve it, Randy.
Well, since I'm dispensing so much advice, maybe next I should run for mayor. I don't have any credentials or experience, but everybody knows that doesn't matter.